Fiji has long been seen as a bastion of culture and arts in the world. Similar to many other island nations, such as Samoa and Iceland, Fijian stories were not written, instead, they were passed down from generation to generation through dance, music, and performance art. The University of the South Pacific itself has had a rich history with the study of humanities. Great playwrights such as Albert Wendt have ingratiated USP's reputation as one of the best art schools in the world. But in more recent times, USP has long abandoned its open-minded approach to arts and has tried many times to snuff it out. As a consequence of this, many students' curiosity towards activities such as dance and drama have waned. Dr. Anurag Subramani, a long-tenured professor at the University of the South Pacific, talks about how the university's overly pragmatic approach to classes has caused this downturn.
Universities the world over have become businesses, and like all businesses have sought to increase profits and productivity through a process called economic rationalization. So economic rationalization drives the education system the world over, including Fiji. Under this process, universities have axed courses and other activities that are deemed non-profitable. Courses in the humanities have always been targeted first. One example of the victim of this policy has been the theatre arts program at USP. It was a thriving program, but was axed in the mid-2000s because the university management suggested that the student numbers were low, and the course, the program rather, was not profitable. USP has also had a journal called Dreadlocks, which became an important outlet for creativity. This is also no longer published as a result of a lack of funding. The creative writing program course has also struggled to get funding for journals that could publish student work. On several occasions, the instructors managed to get funding, and so students were able to publish their work in journals such as Seashells and Saranga, but these were one-off. But USP's disinterest in promoting more creative as opposed to practical subjects is nothing new. This was apparent in the 1970s and 80s and is mentioned by Professor Subramani in his book South Pacific Literature, and I quote, "The first ripple of intellectual debate on creative writing showed itself in the student criticism of the prevailing educational ethos at USP. In an article in Unispec entitled Individual Development versus National Development, Creativity versus Utility, a group of 14 undergraduate students, Griffin and Pillay among them, attacked the university's investment approach to education."
Director of the Oceania Performance Center, Larry Thomas, also talks about the importance of art in Fijian culture.
We come from an oral tradition.
Yeah.
Yes.
So it's Fiji and the rest of the Pacific, where stories are told and handed down from one generation to another.
Yeah.
And it's only recent that we've begun to write and document. But much of it still is undocumented. And this is the skill. You have orators. Samoa. You have these very skilled orators, and that is a skilled, and it's not everybody. Here in Fiji, when you have a traditional presentation, yes, most people can do the presentation, but you can distinguish those who have that inherent skill, and it's beautiful to listen to because everything they say is thought of, and they make the connections to lineage, to the land, and this is important. So the oral tradition, we come from that, and so there is much talent around. But unfortunately, we are not given the encouragement, the support and the encouragement, particularly for poets, for literature, writing stories, writing scripts, making films, and certain individuals like Meli Tungota and the other guy who made the Bean Peanut. Dan Veitata.
Dan Veitata, yes.
These are really talented young people, but they need encouragement, they need support to excuse me, to further their knowledge and further their skills. And so, yes, we can bring in people from anywhere, but you have to be a bit more focused on what you want to do.
Yeah.
You know, there is a danger here of just accepting things and say it's fantastic,
Yeah.
when actually it's not fantastic.
Yeah.
It's pretty bad.
Yeah.
But we want to encourage people.
Mr. Thomas also talked about the challenges that artists faced in their daily lives.
Often seen as not real jobs,
Yeah.
but they are real jobs. They
Yes.
actually contribute to the economy of any
Yes.
country. You know, so you talk about the creative industries,
Yeah.
and you look at dance. I mean, dance, the dance form in hotels,
Yes.
in shows,
Yeah.
they're always in demand.
Especially for a country like Fiji, where tourism is like such a big
Everywhere,
thing.
actually.
Yeah.
You know, you go to Pacific Island countries, to Tonga, to Samoa, to Solomon, Vanuatu. You know, at the hotels they bring in these people, but you see, they're just seen as entertainment.
Yeah. We also talked to 22-year-old student Daniel Nund as he talks about his struggles of balancing his passion for dancing as well as schoolwork.
It is difficult at times because for students we had our time, so because most of us were university students, so straight after class everything was done, I would go for training, so we would all genres. It was difficult to balance or juggle that because I think I was doing it more for the passion I had developed while dancing. So it wouldn't matter if I had earned less or more, but it would matter on how I performed for the day. If I did my all, or if I messed up, like I have to conflict on that by myself. Even though we'll have like brief meeting on how we felt from our performances. It's a very healthy thing to reflect on your show, like your performance and your piece, rather than keeping it to yourself. It's because it's not always about the money. It's also about why we do it. We are performing to see how people react to art, how we showcase our talents, how we showcase specific arts. So what I mean by that is how some island dancers have every dance move, every movement they have with the song is a total different. It has its own meaning, and every move, if there's a wrong move there, it doesn't make sense. Everything has to make sense. So whatever move is done, it is a message to the audience or to the listeners. Even if you're not seeing it, as long as you hear the music, you know, okay, this is what it means. So basic English songs, you know what the song is saying, you're listening, you're understanding that. So for me, yes, I would definitely do this as a full-time thing. Reason being is it is a platform where I can show a side of me where I can direct one specific emotion, I would say, or one specific feeling where I can where I can project that.
Yeah.
So through dance, you can project your emotions or your feelings in whichever way you can. It doesn't have to be always island. Like island dance is an example. It can be to hip hop, and it can be mainly more to contemporary. Like it gives you joy. It gives me joy to see how people get excited of the things we do. And yes, we do go through pain. Yes, we do get hurt at times. That is a part of growth, and that is the part of the process. As long as we have our safety protocols and everything done nicely, then everything goes to as planned. And up till now, we have been doing it as that. But yes, as long as we see how other people react to it and it makes them happy, it makes us happy.
We can only be hopeful that USB changes its outlook on humanities courses in the future. But till then, hopefully this documentary gave you an idea of what it's like to be an artist in Fiji. Thank you for watching.